My wife quickly got dressed and put on makeup and ran out of the house, shouting that she was going to spend the night with her lover, and slammed the door. I didn't even have time to say anything. Be me, 31 years old, living in Austin, married to Rachel for 6 years. Thought we had a perfect life together. Watching some random show on TV around 8:30 p.m. Just another normal Tuesday night. Or so I thought. Hear footsteps in the living room. Rachel walks in. Something feels off. She's holding her phone weird. Like she's about to drop a bomb. Can feel the tension in the air. She's wearing her expensive black coat. Hair done up like she's going to some fancy place. Know for a fact there's no party tonight. Hey babe, she says. Voice too casual. Way too casual. My gut twists. I'm going out tonight. Look at her confused. This isn't normal. She never goes out midweek. No warning. No plans mentioned before. Out where? I ask. Try to keep my voice steady. She gives me this strange look. Can't even read her expression anymore. Then she drops it. I'll be staying the night with someone. Feel my heart stop. World freezes for a second. What? I manage to say. Voice comes out quieter than I wanted. But she's already moving, grabbing her keys from the marble counter, acting like this is completely normal. Like she didn't just nuke our marriage? Does it matter? She asks. Get up from the couch. Can't believe what I'm hearing. Stare at her in complete disbelief. She doesn't even slow down. Doesn't look at me directly. It's like I'm watching a stranger wearing my wife's face. She's on autopilot. No explanation. No guilt. No excuses. Just that line hanging in the air. She's staying the night with another man? Then, like some cheap scene from a bad movie, she's gone. Door shuts behind her. Silence fills the house. Almost deafening. Stand there frozen for a few minutes. Just staring at the door? Something eerie about how calm she was. Like everything was already decided. Like I had no say in any of it. My hands start shaking. Can't even process if I should be pissed off or devastated. Feel like all the air got sucked out of the room. Can barely breathe. Then it hits me. I'm not going to just sit here. Not this time. She thinks I won't question anything. Thinks I'll just take it. Grab my phone, keys, and leather jacket. Heart pounding in my chest. Adrenaline kicks in like a punch to the system. No way in hell I'm letting this play out without answers. Going to follow her. Throw on my jacket. Moving fast now. Adrenaline burning away the numbness. Brain screaming, what the hell are you doing? But legs keep moving. This isn't something you just let slide. My wife just told me she's staying with another man. Walked out like it was nothing. That's what hurts the most. She didn't even try to hide it. Didn't care enough to cover her tracks. Just left it there like a challenge. And I'm not backing down. Step outside into the cold Texas night. There she is, walking to her car like she has all the time in the world. Stay in the shadows of our driveway. Watch her get in. Headlights cut through the darkness. She backs out slowly. Slip into my car. Engine rumbles to life. Keep my distance. Not even sure how far I'll take this. But need to know where she's going. Who this guy is. Follow her onto the main road. Stay a few cars behind. Close enough to keep her taillights in sight. Hands gripping the wheel so tight knuckles turn white. Eyes locked on her car. She turns left. Then right. Weaving through familiar streets. Part of me hopes she's just going to a friend's place. That this is all some messed up misunderstanding. But deep down I know better. Then she pulls into a hotel parking lot. Everything inside me goes ice cold. Park a few rows back. Engine still running. Watch her through the windshield. She gets out casually. Checking her phone like this is just another normal night. Walks toward the entrance. No hesitation in her steps. Doesn't look back once. Bright hotel lights cast long shadows across the parking lot. Feel my chest tightening. Like the walls of my world are closing in. Sit there frozen. Not sure what to do next. Mind spinning with possibilities. Want to charge in after her? Grab her arm. Demand answers. But another part of me says, wait. Take a deep breath. Try to piece together where it all went wrong. How did we end up here? In a hotel parking lot. With my wife meeting some stranger. Like our life together means nothing. About to make a decision. When I see him, guy walks out from the lobby doors. Tall. Broad-shouldered. Clean cut. Probably 33 or 34. Has this stupid smile on his face? Then there she is. Walking right up to him. They hug. Standing way too close. Nothing innocent about it. Feel my stomach churning. Bile rising in my throat. Like I'm watching someone else's life. This isn't Rachel. Not the woman I thought I knew. Not the person I married. Then just like that, they disappear into the hotel together. Think I might black out from rage. Fists clenched around steering wheel. So tight my knuckles go white. Everything I believed about our marriage just ripped apart in front of me. This wasn't some mistake. Not some drunken misunderstanding. This was planned. She walked out on me to meet another man. At a hotel. Cold. Calculated. Shameless. Get out of the car before I can stop myself. Slam the door behind me. Walk straight toward the entrance, feet moving faster than my mind. Don't care about being quiet anymore. Don't care about being sneaky. What's the point? They're inside together. Going to end this here, right now. Automatic doors slide open. Heart pounding so loud it drowns everything out. Storm past the front desk. Ignore the receptionists. Can I help you? Head straight for the elevators. No, they went up. Completely sure of it. Know Rachel too well. She always books the top floor. Tries to make everything feel special. Hits me like a truck. This isn't new for her. The calm way she walked out. The confidence meeting, this guy. They've done this before. Makes my blood boil even hotter. Jab the elevator button repeatedly. Like it'll make the damn thing move faster. Doors finally open. Step inside. Feel that eerie calm. The kind you get right before everything explodes. Silence in the elevator is suffocating. Each floor dings by slowly. Every second drags out. Tension building in my chest. Finally reach the top floor. Step out. Look down the long hallway. Dim lighting. Thick carpet. Too quiet up here. Way too quiet. Heart hammering against my ribs. Mind locked in. Focused on one thing. Going to confront her. Have to. No way I'm going home. Pretending this didn't happen. Can't unsee what I just witnessed. Walk down the hall. Footsteps heavy on the carpet. Past door after door. Something inside me snaps. Not sad anymore. Not even hurt. Just furious. The kind of fury that burns through everything. Burns through all rational thought. She lied to my face. Took her bag. Walked out of our home. To be with another man. Without a shred of guilt. Worst part is she didn't care that I knew. That smug, careless way she told me. Like I didn't even matter. Still echoes in my head. Reach the end of the hall. Stop dead. Room 812. Stare at the door. Breath coming hard and fast. Know they're inside. Can almost feel the betrayal. Radiating through the door. Clench my fist at my sides. Fighting the urge to just kick it open. Not going to make a scene. Not yet. Not until I see the look on her face. Knock hard on the door. Sound echoes through the hallway. Stand there for a second. Not even sure what I'll say. Maybe don't need to say anything. Maybe just seeing me will be enough. Blow this whole thing up in her face. Hear movement inside. Pulse quickens. Few seconds pass. Door cracks open. Just enough to see her. Rachel's eyes widen when she sees me. No mistaking it. She's caught. But instead of guilt or shock, her face twists into something else. Something I didn't expect. Annoyance. She doesn't even open the door all the way. Just stares through the small gap. Like I'm some inconvenience. Some problem she hadn't planned for. What are you doing here? She asks. Voice low and sharp. Like I'm the one who crossed a line. What the hell am I doing here? Shot back at her, my voice rising. What the hell are you doing here? She rolls her eyes. Like I'm some idiot bothering her on her day off. I told you where I was going, she says. Still holding the door half shut. You didn't listen. That's your problem, not mine. My problem? Can't believe what I'm hearing. You told me you were staying with another man. Step forward. Try to push the door open, but she holds it firm, blocking me from coming inside. You think that's something I'm just supposed to accept? That I'm going to sit at home while you're here doing... Can't even finish the sentence. Throat tight with disgust. Rachel sighs, like she's tired of this already. Look, it's none of your business. I don't have to explain myself to you. Can't believe it. The arrogance. Complete lack of remorse. She doesn't even try to deny it. Doesn't try to spin some lie. No excuses. Just pure cold indifference. Blood boiling now. Push harder on the door. She steps back, finally letting it swing open. And there he is. Guy from the lobby, standing in the middle of the room, casually slipping his watch back on, like he hadn't just been part of destroying my life. Doesn't even look embarrassed. Just uninterested. Like I'm background noise he doesn't care about. What's up, man? He says. Gives me this casual shrug, barely glancing my way. Like I'm just a mild inconvenience. That was it. That was the moment. Everything breaks. All the pain, all the confusion, all the rage. Everything pours out at once. Step toward him, fists clenched, ready to tear him apart. But Rachel steps in front of me, blocks my way, gives me this cold, angry stare. Don't, she warns. Her voice colder than I've ever heard it. You don't get to be angry? You don't get to act like the victim here. Victim? Choke on the word, completely stunned. You lied to me. You walked out on me, and now I'm standing here watching you with this piece of shit. And I'm supposed to just be okay with it? You're pathetic, she spits. Words sharp as a knife. This isn't about you. Hasn't been about you for a long time. Stop acting like it is. Finally hits me. She's not sorry. Not even a little bit. Doesn't care how much it hurts. Doesn't care that she's tearing everything we had to pieces. In her eyes, I'm already history. Her words cut through me. But what shakes me isn't the anger. It's the calm in her voice, the cold certainty in her eyes. She doesn't flinch, doesn't try to defend herself. No guilt, no shame, just a sense of finality. Like I'm an inconvenience she's already done with. Can't comprehend it. How did we get to this point? How did she get to this point? But then something inside me snaps. The part that still clung to hope. The part that thought maybe this was a nightmare. The part I could wake up from. All of it shatters completely. She's made it clear. I'm not even a factor in her life anymore. The Rachel I thought I knew is gone. This woman in front of me, who once promised me love and loyalty, is a stranger. A cold, heartless stranger. Who wouldn't care if I burned alive right there? You really don't give a damn, do you? Ask in a low voice. Barely recognize myself. Like I'm watching from outside my own body. The fury and disbelief twisting together into something I can't control. Rachel folds her arms, rolls her eyes. Like I'm a child throwing a tantrum. I've told you before this isn't working. You just never wanted to listen. So I moved on. Moved on? Laugh bitterly. No humor in it. You don't move on by sneaking off to hotel rooms with another guy while you're still married. You didn't even have the guts to end things properly. You just left. Because I was done, she says. Voice steady as ice. I've been done for a long time. But you wouldn't accept it. So yeah, I found someone else. I didn't owe you an announcement. Makes it sound so simple. Like I'm unreasonable for expecting basic decency. My fists clench at my sides. Take a step closer. Try to keep from exploding. You couldn't even respect me enough to end it. You had to sneak around, lie to my face, then walk out like I was nothing. That's how little I meant to you. For a second, something flickers in her eyes. Maybe guilt, maybe just annoyance. Then it's gone, she shrugs, voice casual and cruel. You were convenient. That's it. Convenient? Word hits me like a punch to the gut. All the years we spent together, all the moments I thought meant something. Just convenient to her. Feel a coldness settle into my bones, replacing anger with something darker, something worse. You could have left, say it with shaking voice. You could have told me, but instead, you chose to tear everything apart in the worst way possible. She rolls her eyes again, exasperated. God, you're so dramatic. You act like this is some huge betrayal. People fall out of love. It happens. Grow up. Look at her. Really look at her. Realize she isn't the woman I built my life around. She's selfish, cold, and I've been blind to it for too long. Then the guy speaks up, the one who's been standing there, like none of this matters. Look, man, it's not that deep. People move on. It sucks, but it happens. It's not the words. It's the casual way he says it. Almost bored. Like this is just another Tuesday. Like destroying my marriage, my life, is nothing but a minor inconvenience. Feel the rage bubbling back up, hotter this time, before I know what I'm doing. Take a step toward him, fists tightening. You stay the hell out of this. Snap at him, voice dangerously low. This is between me and my wife. But Rachel steps in front of him, like she's defending him? Don't even think about it, she says. Voice hard, warning. You're not going to make a scene. Not here. Stop. Glare at her. A scene? You're worried about a scene? After all this? After you walked out on me? Lied to my face? And stood here defending this guy? She doesn't flinch. I'm worried about you making a fool of yourself. But then again, you're good at that. That was it. That was the moment. Realize there's no fixing this, no salvaging anything from the wreckage she caused. The woman I loved is gone, replaced by someone who doesn't even see me as human. Just an obstacle in her new shiny life. With this guy, back up. Feel the weight of everything. Crashing down at once. My hands fall to my sides. Fight draining out of me. Nothing left to fight for. She destroyed it all. Fine, say quietly. Voice hollow. You win. I'm done. For the first time, see something flicker in her eyes. Maybe surprise? Maybe relief. Doesn't matter anymore. Nothing she does matters. Nothing she says matters. Turn around. Walk out. Leave her and that guy in their hotel room. In their little bubble of betrayal. Walk out into the cold night. Something shifts inside me. The anger's still there, but it's not burning anymore. Like embers, simmering just under the surface, waiting for the right moment. But I'm done with them. Done with her. Only thing left now is to decide how I'm going to burn it all down. Get in my car, slam the door shut. Thud echoes through empty parking lot. Grip the steering wheel, so tight the leather might tear. Can still see the hotel. In my rearview mirror, that sterile building feels like a graveyard now. Graveyard of my marriage. Rachel's up there with him, probably not even thinking twice about what just happened. Sit there, engine idling, staring straight ahead. Don't move. Don't even blink. Mind goes blank. Like everything inside me, short-circuited. The fury from that room, now replaced by suffocating emptiness. Don't even know what to feel anymore. Anger? Sadness? Betrayal? It all blends together into this heavy, crushing weight. She killed our marriage. With one sentence, "I'll be staying the night with another man." And I stood there, helpless, while she twisted the knife over and over. How did I let it get this far? How did I miss the signs? The lies? The way she slowly slipped away? But no. This isn't about missing signs. This isn't about me being blind. This is about her. Her selfishness. Her cruelty. The way she treated me, like I was some obstacle in her way. She walked all over me, and I let her, but not anymore. Something changed in me. When I walked out of that room, sadness still there. Pain still there. Loss still there. But something else now. Something colder. Pull out my phone. Stare at the screen. Half tempted to call her parents. Tell them exactly what their precious daughter is up to. But realize I don't care about them either. Don't want anyone's pity. Don't want anyone telling me how sorry they are. No one can fix this. No one can make this right. Instead, scroll through contacts. Land on one name. David. My best friend. Only person who's always been brutally honest. He saw through Rachel long before I did. Hated that he was right all along. But need to hear his voice. Need someone to ground me. Before I spin out of control. Hit dial. He picks up after 2 rings. "Hey man," he says. Sounds half asleep. "What's up? Everything okay?" Second I hear his voice, everything comes pouring out. The hotel. The guy. Rachel's cold indifference. The way she threw our marriage in the trash. Talk faster than I can think. Not even sure if I'm making sense. By the time I finish, out of breath. Silence on the other end. Finally, David speaks, voice low and serious. "Dude, I don't even know what to say. That's messed up. But listen, are you okay? Where are you right now?" I'm in my car. Outside the hotel. I didn't know where else to go. He pauses. Can hear him thinking. You need to get out of there. Right now. Don't sit outside that place. It's only going to mess with your head more. Come over. We'll figure this out. But first, get the hell away from that hotel. No, he's right. Sitting here, staring at the place where she's betraying me. It's not going to help, only going to make the fury grow. Don't trust myself to keep it in check. Put the car in gear. Pull out of parking lot. Leave that miserable place behind. Drive to David's is a blur. City lights smear past. Barely notice them. Mind racing. Replaying every word, every detail of the night. The way she looked at me, with such disgust, like I was beneath her. The way that guy just stood there, smug and careless. Like he didn't give a damn that he was tearing my life apart. Finally, pull up to David's house. He's already waiting at the door. Barely make it inside. Before everything collapses, step over the threshold. Adrenaline wears off. Exhaustion hits like a freight train. Don't even make it to the couch. Sink to the floor. Head in my hands, David sits down next to me. Silent at first, just lets me catch my breath. Doesn't push, doesn't ask me to talk, just sits there, his presence steady, like an anchor, keeping me from drifting too far into the storm. After a few minutes, he speaks, voice calm. You did the right thing by walking away. There's nothing you could have done in that room. That would have made this better. Feel like I should have done something more, mutter with raw voice. I don't know. Punched the guy. Screamed at her. Anything. He shakes his head. No, that's what they wanted. They were trying to bait you. Make you lose it. If you'd snapped, they would have twisted it. Made you the bad guy. You walked out with your dignity. That's more than she deserves. Nod at his words. But truth is, don't feel dignified at all. Feel broken. Feel hollow. Like everything I built with her, swept away in a single night. What the hell do I do now? Ask with cracking voice. Do I just let her get away with this? David's face hardens. No, she doesn't get to just walk away clean. You have options. Divorce her? Take her to court. Make sure she knows she messed with the wrong guy. But whatever you do, don't let her crawl back into your head. That's how she wins. Sit there. Let his words sink in. For first time since this nightmare started, feel a spark of clarity. David's right. Have to act, but not out of anger, not out of desperation. This isn't just about what Rachel did anymore. It's about how I take back control. She's not going to win. Say quietly. More to myself than him. Not this time. David claps hand on my shoulder. That's the spirit. We'll figure this out. But first you need to sleep? You've been through hell tonight. No, he's right. But as I lay there on his couch later, staring up at the ceiling, make a promise to myself. Not going to be the victim anymore. She wanted to tear me apart. Fine. But I'll be the one who walks away. Head held high. Next morning, wake up with clarity. Haven't felt this clear in months. Lying on David's couch, dull ache still in chest. But sharper now. More focused. Pain turned into something else. Something that makes me want to act. Want to take control. Shock of Rachel's betrayal worn off. Now all I can think about is how I'm not letting her walk all over me anymore. She thinks she's already won. Thinks she can move on. Like I'm some forgotten chapter in her life. But she's wrong. Sit up. Rub my face. Still feel weight of night before. But there's a plan forming. In my head now. Not just about getting revenge. About taking back control of my life. My house. My future. Rachel made her choice. Now time for me to make mine. David's already in kitchen. Brewing coffee. Sees me. Doesn't say anything at first. Just slides a mug across counter. How you feeling? He asks. Leaning back. Not good. Admit while taking a sip. Coffee's bitter. Snaps me awake. But better than last night. Been thinking. Can't just sit around? Wait for her to screw me over again. Need to act before she does. He nods. Like he's been expecting this. You're right. She's not going to make this easy for you. From what you've told me, she's already checked out. Have to assume she's planning her next move. Set the mug down, wheels turning in head. First things first, need to lock down everything on my end. Finances, the house, everything. Don't trust her. Not to try to take half of what I've built. Hell, for all I know, she's been planning this for a while. David gives serious look. Do you have a lawyer? Not yet. But that's my next call. Spend next hour with David, going over basic steps. Things I hadn't even thought about. He's always been practical. Exactly what I need right now. As much as I want to storm back into that hotel, tear everything apart. No, that won't help. If Rachel's going to be cold and calculated, have to be twice as sharp. Soon as David leaves for work, make my first call, divorce attorney. Conversation is short, professional. Don't tell lawyer everything, just the essentials. Need to file for divorce immediately. Protect my assets. Make sure Rachel can't sink her claws. Into anything else? She made it clear. Doesn't give a damn about me. So why should I keep playing fair? After hanging up, feel this strange sense of calm. Like finally took first real step toward moving forward. Not just reacting anymore. Making the first move. Feels good. Like getting grip on things again. Like not drowning in chaos she left behind. But as focused as I am on protecting myself. There's one more thing to do. Something personal. Not just going to disappear from her life like she expects. Rachel's going to feel this the way I felt it last night. Want her to know I'm not the weak, clueless husband. She thought I was. Grab my phone, pull up her number, hesitate for a second, then send text, short and to the point. I filed for divorce. You can stay with him. Feels like a punch. I've been holding back. Finally landed. Imagine her reading it. Sitting next to that guy, thinking she got away with everything. Only to have her perfect little world interrupted. Not going to be her safety net anymore. She can have her new life, her new man. But she's not getting any part of me. In the process, few minutes pass. No reply. Fine by me. The silence is almost more satisfying. That evening, head back to the house. No, she won't be there yet. Probably still with him. Pretending nothing changed. But everything has changed. Walk through the door. Place feels different. Empty. But not in a bad way. Like weight of her presence is gone. That suffocating tension. That filled our house for months. Finally lifted. Go through the rooms. Gathering up anything of hers. Still lying around. Her clothes. Her books. Her stupid little knickknacks. That cluttered the place. Throw them all into a box. Each item feels like weight. Being lifted off my chest. This is my space now. Reclaiming it. Piece by piece. As I pack away last of her things, phone buzzes on counter. Text. Know it's her before looking. Rachel. We need to talk. Stare at screen for long moment. Feel strange sense of satisfaction. Now she wants to talk? Now that I've made it clear? Not playing her game anymore. Too late for that. Don't respond. Not giving her satisfaction of thinking she can manipulate me again. Let her squirm. Let her wonder about my next move. She has no power here anymore. Set phone down. Grab box of her things. Head for front door. No intention of letting them sit in my house any longer. Done with her. Done with the lies. Done with the betrayal. Done with the games. Ready to burn every last bridge. If that's what it takes. As throwbox into trunk of car. Feel it. first real taste of freedom. She's not going to win. Not this time. Drive across town. Box rattling in trunk. Streetlights flicker by, like quiet spectators. Hands grip wheel tighter than needed. Only thing grounding me right now. Rachel's text plays in head. We need to talk. Over and over, like some mocking echo. Now she wants to talk. Now that I've filed for divorce. Not stupid. This isn't about reconciliation. She's not sorry. She'll never be sorry. This is about control. About her trying to regain upper hand. Now she realizes she's not in charge anymore. Not letting her pull me back. Into her game. Done being her pawn. Plan is simple. Drop her stuff at her friend's place. Her best friend Anna lives. About 10 minutes away. Figure Rachel will end up there. Sooner or later, Anna always had her back. No matter how messed up things got, they're close like that. Where loyalty trumps morality. Don't care. Anna can take all her stuff. Keep her as far from me as possible. Pull up in front of Anna's house. Grab box from trunk. Walk it up to porch. Heavier than thought. Like it carries weight. Of everything I'm leaving behind, ring doorbell. Wait. Minute passes. Then another. Doctor finally opens. There she is. Anna standing there. With that same fake sympathetic look. She always gave me, she knew. Probably knew everything, even before I did. Michael, she says. Voice soft, like I'm some wounded animal. What's going on? I'm done. Cut straight to point. Here's her stuff. Make sure she gets it. Her eyes flicker between me and box. You're really doing this? You're just walking away? Almost laugh. Walking away, if only it had been that easy. She made her choice. I'm just clearing out the rest of it. Anna hesitates, like she wants to say something. Thinks better of it. I'll make sure she gets it. Good. Turn and start walking. Back to my car. Before can make it off porch. Her voice stops me. She never thought you'd actually do it. You know, she didn't think you'd be the one to leave. Freeze. There it is. Truth slipping out. In moment of honesty, Rachel thought she had me. Wrapped around her finger. Thought I'd keep hanging on. No matter what she did. Well, she was wrong, say over shoulder. Without looking back, I'm not waiting around. For her to destroy what's left. Get in car. Start engine. Drive away, leaving Anna and all that baggage behind. Streets quieter now. Emptier. For first time in long while, feel like actually moving forward. Literally and figuratively. But as turn onto main road, phone buzzes again. Another text. Don't want to look, but curiosity wins. It's Rachel again. Meet me at the house now. Clenched jaw. Tempted to ignore it. But something in me needs this. Need closure. One way or another. Even if means one last face-to-face confrontation. She's not going to get to slink away. Into shadows. Without feeling some consequence. Swing car around. Head back toward house. Entire drive. Keep thinking. What could she want to say? What's left to explain? Maybe it's attempt to twist knife. One last time. Maybe she thinks she can guilt me into staying in this wreckage. She created either way. Not walking in there blind. Have my defenses up now. When pull into driveway. Her car already there. Hadn't even bothered to go back to hotel or wherever she spent night. She's waiting for me. Leaning against her car. Arms crossed. Eyes cold and calculating. Gone is the carefree. Reckless woman from last night. This is different, Rachel. One who's ready to fight. But I'm not the same Michael, who stood there like deer in headlights, either. Get out of car. Shut door harder than necessary. Walk up to her. Neither of us speaks at first. Just stand there. Tension thick between us. Finally, she breaks silence. So divorce? Her voice sharp. Mix of anger and disbelief. That's how you're handling this? Stare at her, completely unfazed. What did you expect? You told me you were staying with another man. You think I'm just going to sit around and wait for you to decide when you're done? She pushes off car, steps closer, eyes flashing with irritation. You're overreacting. This isn't how I thought things would go. We were supposed to work through this. We've been together for years, Michael. You don't just throw that away? Can't believe what I'm hearing. Work through this? Rachel, you walked out on me. To meet some guy at a hotel. You didn't even bother hiding it. What exactly were we supposed to work through? After that? She huffs. Like I'm being unreasonable. It's not that simple. We've been drifting apart for months. You just didn't see it. I needed something different. Something new. But that doesn't mean I didn't care about us. You needed something new? Repeat words. Disbelief settling in. And what? I was just supposed to sit back and wait for you to get it out of your system? Is that the kind of relationship you thought we had? She glares at me, eyes narrowing. You're acting like I'm the only one at fault here. You haven't exactly been present, Michael. You buried yourself in work. You didn't even notice when I started pulling away. This isn't just on me. Shake my head, laugh bitterly. You're unbelievable. You think this is about me? Me not being around enough? That justifies everything you've done? You couldn't even be honest with me. And now you're trying to turn it around. Like I'm the bad guy. She throws her hands up, frustration boiling over. I'm not saying it's all your fault. But don't pretend you're some innocent victim in this. Relationships are complicated. People change. I've changed. Stand there, feeling last threads of connection snap. No saving this. No coming back, and I don't want to. You're right, say finally. Voice calm, colder than intended. You have changed, and so have I. I'm done fighting. For something you already threw away. Her expression shifts, like hadn't expected that. For a moment, she looks almost vulnerable, like she realized she'd miscalculated. But not falling for it. Not again. This is the end. Not backing down. So what now? She asks. Voice quieter, almost unsure. Now, say looking her dead in eye, you get your stuff, and you move out. We're done, Rachel. For good? Her face hardens again, vulnerability gone an instant. She knows it's over. No coming back from this. Fine, she snaps. Turning on heel, heading for door. I'll pack my things, but don't think this is the last you'll hear from me. Don't respond. Don't need to. This game of hers is over, and she knows it. Watch her walk into house. Feel strange sense of peace settle over me. Not afraid of her anymore. House dead quiet. Once she walks inside, air thick with finality of everything that just happened. Rachel goes straight to bedroom. Without word, don't follow. Just stand in living room, leaning against wall, letting silence settle around me. Strange how peaceful it feels now. That finally said the words. We're done. There's no going back. Hear her moving around upstairs, opening and closing drawers. Faint sound of her phone ringing. Probably calling Anna to help. Maybe even that guy. Don't care. Let her pack. Let her go. This is the moment where it all ends. For once, not angry. No rage left. No bitterness eating me up inside. Just heavy kind of relief. Like finally exhaled. After holding breath for months, sit down on couch. Stare at empty space. That used to feel suffocating. Remember all nights spent here, watching TV, laughing, planning our future. All feels like different life now. Life I can't even recognize anymore. Weight of last few months hits me, all at once. How long I'd been pretending everything was fine. How I'd ignored all the cracks in foundation of our marriage, hoping they'd somehow fix themselves. But nothing could fix this. Truth is, don't want to fix it anymore. After about half hour, hear her coming back downstairs. Footsteps fast, purposeful. When she appears at doorway, holding 2 bags, face set in cold, indifferent expression. She doesn't look at me, not directly, just stands there for a second, like waiting for me to say something, maybe expecting last-minute fight, some plea for her to stay, but nothing left to say. No more games, no more words. We both know it's over. I'll send someone for the rest of my stuff. She says, voice flat. Don't want to come back here again. Good, reply. Not even looking at her. Neither do I. She hesitates, just for a second, like might say something more, then turns, walks outdoor, bags in hand, leaving house, and our life behind her. Sound of door clicking shut, like final irreversible moment. Punctuation mark, at end of story. That dragged on too long. Don't get up to watch her drive away. Don't need to. No, this is it. She's gone. For a long time. Just sit there, staring at nothing, letting reality sink in. Rachel's out of my life now, though feels strange. Also feels right. She wasn't woman I fell in love with anymore. Maybe hadn't been for a long time. And I was just too blind to see it. But now, with her gone, finally, can breathe again. House feels bigger, lighter, like weight lifted off walls themselves. Eventually stand up, walk through house, noticing how empty it feels. Without her things, silence isn't suffocating anymore. It's calming. Wander into bedroom, where she packed up last of her things. Closet half empty, drawers pulled open, but bare. Her scent still lingers, faintly in air, but doesn't bother me. Way I thought it would. Just another reminder of what used to be, something I can finally leave behind. Open window. Let cool night air wash over room, like clearing out last remnants of her. Divorce papers already in motion. Soon everything will be final. Life we built will officially be dissolved. But in my mind, it's already over. Had been over. Second she walked out that door. To meet him, later that night, Sit at kitchen table, beer in hand. Stare out into quiet street. For first time in months, feel weight of future, pressing down on me. But this time, doesn't feel terrifying. Feels open, like blank page, waiting for me to write next chapter. Not sure what comes next. Still so much to figure out. How to rebuild my life. What next steps will be. But for first time, feel like have control again. Rachel made her choices. Now I'm making mine. Not the broken man. She expected me to be, not sitting here wallowing in self-pity, waiting for her to come back. Moving forward, that's something she can't take from me. As finished beer, can't help but think about everything learned from this mess. How much I ignored, how much I let slide, all because afraid of facing truth. If there's one thing could tell anyone going through something like this, it would be this. Don't wait until too late. Don't ignore the signs. Don't let someone else control your life. Your happiness, if they don't respect you, if they're lying to you, walk away. You deserve better. Stand up, toss empty bottle in trash. Look around house one last time. Feels different now. Not reminder of what lost, but symbol of what gained. Freedom. Clarity. A future we're not constantly questioning. If I was enough, as walk upstairs, ready to collapse into bed. Smile to myself. For first time in long while, Rachel is gone. But I'm still here, and for first time that feels like enough.